All right, all right. Happy day to you all. I'm excited to just get a little bit of movement in today with you so we can just roll right into it. Let's start back on our haunches. Curl your toes underneath. Whether you're barefoot or in shoes may make a little bit of a difference as to how much you may feel like it's pulling on you or not, pulling on your feet. But it's really important to get that stretch back into those feet. So plant your left hand and just reach your right arm overhead, trying to keep your hips level. All right, and then drop that arm, go to the other side, hinge to the right, lift up high out of that rib cage on your left. A couple more times each side. Work with your breath. All right, come to center. Just bring your arms nice and wide and rotate a couple times, twisting through that upper middle back, that thoracic spine I'm always talking about. Mobility, we want mobility there. Opening, the more we sit, the tighter it gets. All right, and then let's go ahead and bring our bodies forward into a child's pose. So let your feet come under, so you're on the tops of your feet now. Hinge back into that child's pose. Put your knees nice and wide. Put your forehead on the ground. Shove your chest toward the ground, but keep your arms nice and active. Spread nice and wide through your fingertips. Couple more deep breaths. All right, and then come on up to your hands and knees. Knees right underneath the hips, hands right underneath the shoulders. My right arm is a little bit behind my wrist right now, not quite as locked out just because of my tight wrist. Let's actually go this way. Better view of what I want to be going for here. So you want kind of a more of a flexed arm, tricep rotating back toward your thighs. Let's do a couple cat-cow. Inhale, push your chest forward, and then exhale, round the back. Make sure you get lots of contraction through your abdomen whenever you curl under. Inhale, push forward. Exhale and round. Inhale, forward. And then exhale, round. Really feel that core tighten. One more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round. All right, and then let's hinge the hips side to side. So flatten through the back, and then just windshield wiper your hips side to side. Bring your left shoulder toward the left hip, right shoulder toward the right hip. Should feel your obliques kind of connect each side. Still getting that movement in your upper body, that thoracic region of the spine. All right, and then let's go into a downward facing dog. So stretch your arms way out in front of you. If a down dog doesn't work, just stay back into an active arm. So your butt should be pushing back over the heels. This is our starting point. Spread wide through your hands. Push into the thumbs and first finger, and then push your hips up and back. Pedal your feet, drop your right knee, and then the left. Right knee and the left. Back and forth, just create movement into the knees, stretching through those calves. Slide the shoulder blades down the spine. Contract deep inside of your back. Okay, level off through your left foot, and then just lift and lower your right leg. Go 4 times on this side, 4 times on the other. Spread through your shoulder blades. Switch to the other foot. So broaden across your back. Slide the shoulder blades down the spine. All right, and then level off both feet. Come forward into a plank position. So you can stay high on your hands, or you can drop onto your elbows. Push into those hands, kind of dome through your upper back. Belly contracts deep. Flex through the glutes. Hold tight here. All right, push those hips back again. All right, and we're gonna go into a pigeon push-up. So take your left leg, lift it up high, and then you're gonna bring it forward to both hands. Then you drop down onto the side of that left shin or your calf. Okay, from there you just drop your chest toward the ground. Your elbows will kind of need to flare wide. Push back into the hands and push that left foot back. Lift it up, bring it forward again. So drop all the way down and then push up. There's 2. Let's go 5 each side. Lift, belly strong, tuck it in, and lower. Use the core, tighten around your abdomen. 2 more. Last one on this side. Core strong. And then let's push into that other leg. So left leg down, right leg lifts. Drop the right leg forward. First couple might be a little tight. Broaden through the chest. Push through your thumb and first finger. Here's 4. 1 more. And 5. All right, push it back. Find that down dog and then walk your feet toward your hands. Hang over the legs just a second. Get a quick stretch again through those hamstrings. And then inhale, bring your arms all the way up. And then circle around. Okay, let's take a wide stance on our mat. Do a couple lateral lunges. So line your knees with the toes, and we're going to head to your right, my left. Hinge over, sitting nice and deep into that one leg. Straight, strong leg on that other side. This is 4. After 5, we're going to add a little twist. Okay, so now when you come down, you're going to lunge over and twist. Push back. Lunge over and twist. Light up those obliques on your left. This is 5. We're going to go 5 more. So keep that straight leg super straight and do the bending and pushing through your right leg. 2 more. Pull with that right side oblique. Okay, now we're going to go to the other side. Just get into your lunge first. That hinge over. 2 more just like that. Chest tall, core strong. Okay, now we're going to lunge over and twist. Lunge and twist. Over that bent leg. So to your left. Keep that other leg straight. Five more. Line your knee with the toe. 2 more. And last one. Perfect. Okay. Just take a forward fold here. While we're already out here, push back through those hips. Let your arms pull back behind you, your head drop forward. All right, push into the hands and slowly walk your feet in toward your hands. We're going to take a full squat. So depending on how tight I am, I kind of have to start with one heel lifted and then shift to the other side. So eventually, we want to be able to find that midpoint, and it takes time. So if you're not here yet, don't worry about it. Obviously, we do a lot of the same things kind of every day. So we want to just get our bodies used to these more open positions, flexible, mobile positions. Elbows push into the knees. Bring your hands together. Open the chest. Find that opening in the knees, the hips. I've heard this is also good for your organs. Anything in our mind we come up with, that's good for us. It ends up being good for us. Let your head and neck kind of rock side to side, get a little more stretch there. All right, stay here a couple more seconds. Breathe deep in and out. All right, and then slowly come back up. Stretch over those legs. All right, come up to the top, and we're gonna go ahead and head back toward the ground. So face the front of your mat. I'm gonna start back at the back, hands down to the toes, and then slowly walk forward. So come all the way into that high plank position, trying to get your shoulders right on top of the wrists. Now what we're gonna try to do is hug the elbows in super tight and lower all the way to the ground. If you need to drop onto the knees, that's totally fine. So bring your shoulders up over the wrists, elbows hug tight, bring yourself all the way to the ground. Okay, from here, go ahead and release your toes down toward the ground, open your hands out wide, and then just lift the upper body up and hold. So we're squeezing between the shoulder blades. Nice and high. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Find the muscles of the back in between the shoulder blades, nothing in your neck. Plant your hands back down. You can push up from your toes or your knees. So curl your toes under, tuck your belly nice and firm, push all the way up. Drive back into your down dog. Come back forward. Same thing, drop slowly all the way down. Release the toes. Upper body comes up, squeeze between your shoulder blades. Keep your glutes flexed, belly strong. Drop your hands on your knees or toes, squeeze the elbows in, push up. Press the hips back, down dog. One more, come forward, tuck the tailbone, elbows squeeze in, drop down. Release your toes, flex the glutes, inhale, lift. Hold, squeeze between shoulder blades. Neck stays relaxed. Okay, plant your hands, curl your toes, stay on your knees or stay toes, push up, head back, and then drop your knees back down. Okay, we're gonna work from hands and knees, getting into our glutes a bit. So shoulders up over the wrist, try to make that nice solid back. So a lot of times you can kind of hover or hunker into the upper body, right? Just let everything go into the shoulders. I don't know if you can tell very well, or like this, if you're kind of hugged in tight. But I want you to push your shoulders back and down, open the chest away from the body, open the chest, let's see, what's another way of putting that? Open the chest like forward through your arms. And then you're still keeping your core contracted, so it's easy to let your belly drop and the low back just sag. So keep contraction through the belly. Your back's strong, upper back, and it's neutral. So it's not sagging, it's not rounding or arching. Take your right leg back, level off through the hips. Make sure that you have lots and lots of core flexion and a lot of flexion in the supporting leg. So we're going to lift and lower that right leg 20 times. Belly stays strong. Hopefully our hips are staying level. Small movements, you can still add them up. They can still add up. Just keep that flexion. So you flex into the core, flex into the back. Remember, we're not collapsing into the back. 3, 2, 1. Drop that leg, and then we're going to go to the other side. Extend, left leg back. Make sure the hips are level. So you can do that by dropping that toe on the ground and letting the left hip kind of drop down. Flex into the arms, the back, the supporting leg. Find your glutes. Ready, set, lift and lower. 20. Belly strong. 19, 20. Okay, bring that leg back in, and then I want you to take your right leg and cross it around the left leg. So your right knee should be in front of your left knee, and the feet are kind of pulling out to the side. Then you slowly sit back to wherever feels like enough for you. So at the end of your sit, hopefully your knees are still pretty stacked. Your feet might need to be pulled out away from you just a bit. And then stretch your body over those legs. Push into your hands, pull the hands back toward you without actually moving them. So you feel the chest lift and the back engage, the muscles behind your armpits. Super important muscles, your serratus anterior. If we can activate those and find those and build those, chances are your neck and shoulders will be a lot happier and healthier. All right. Push into those hands, rock and roll your butt up off the ground. And we're going to switch to the other side. So now we'll put the left leg in front of the right. Open your feet out to the sides. And then slowly sit back. Knees are stacked. And if you're not able to get them stacked, no big deal. They'll be a little bit unbound, but eventually you'll get there. You can also extend the bottom leg straight out in front of you. And that might give you a little more range. Push into the hands. Pull the hands back so you're sliding the shoulder blades down the spine. All right, and then pull yourself back up, unpretzel. All right, and then just turn over so you're lying on your back. Bring your hips down, lower all the way to the ground. Extend your left leg all the way out in front of you. Pull the right knee into the chest. So as you pull it in, kind of bring that knee over toward the midline, just a little more. See how much you can pull it in. This will let you know how much how tight your hip flexor is. So spread your shoulder blades wide, pushing the backs of your shoulders down toward the ground. Then you're going to take that right leg, push it over to the left side of the room with your left hand. But make sure that your right arm is extended out away from you, palm on the ground, and your shoulders pushing into the ground. So only push that right leg so far that your right shoulder can stay attached to the ground. If it's not attached to the ground yet and your knee is not very far, just give it some time. Stay with all of this. I'm confident that if you can do this every day, that you're going to loosen up that thoracic spine, your shoulders, your chest. You'll learn how to engage your back better and have better mobility through the shoulders. All right, release from there. And then we're going to go into the other side. Take your left knee in toward the chest. So remember, bring it kind of a little bit more toward the center of your sternum. Flex your left foot, pull it in. Try to relax into that hip flexor. So you're flexing your foot, but you kind of have to relax deep inside the hip. Okay, so now push your left knee over toward the right. Your left arm is extended out straight from your shoulder. Keep the back of the shoulder intact with the mat. Oh, I'm a little tighter on this side. Just breathe. Don't force anything. Notice where you're tight in your back or the shoulder. or the hip. Maybe take a little more time sometime today to stretch through those areas. Spread across that chest. Good. All right, knees back in toward the center. And then lie on your left side like you're going to go night-night. Knees are going to stack. You're lying on your left shoulder. And I want you to put your left arm straight out with the palm facing. Right hand's going to go on top of the left hand. We're just going to do a little shoulder opener. So you're going to bring your right hand. It's going to start rotating. So now the back of your palm is on the ground. Slide that shoulder blade down the spine. Come all the way to open if you can. So you make a big T on the ground. Hold it there. And then you just bring that arm back. So you can feel that big stretch through the chest, the shoulder, and even underneath into that armpit. So open again. Open, open. And then slide it slowly back around. We're going to do one more. Watch that right shoulder. Make sure that the shoulder head doesn't lift up towards your ear. And you might get somewhere if you have limitations in your shoulders. You may get to a point where that's your limit. You're stuck. That's okay. Just stay there in that tight point. And hopefully over time, you'll be able to stretch through. All right, let's go to the other side. So we're going to lie on the right side. Knees bent, you're on your right, palm up, left hand on top. Slowly rotate behind. So the back of your hand is pushing toward the ground. Open through that chest. Feel the shoulder open, that stretch underneath the armpit. Breathe with it. Check in, make sure you're not holding tension somewhere else, right? Your forehead, your jaws, your chest, your shoulders, your hips. There's a chance you may need to put a pillow between your knees. Can't remember if that's 3. So we'll do one more just for good measure. It feels so good. Spread across and bring it back. All right, here we are. Go ahead and come on up. Let's find a comfortable seat. Hopefully you can hit up a crisscross applesauce, whichever leg in first feels good. Take a nice tall stance, left hand on the right side of your head, and then pull your head over toward the left. Inhale, bring it up. Other side. Pull the head over. Push the shoulder down away from your ear, both sides. Just that little bit of pressure. Let your hand be heavy on your neck. Find that sweet spot. Tuck your chin in, open it out, wherever. All right, we made it. Another day. Just movement. Feels so good. Have a good one.